First of all, Kevin, how do you feel coming off of the obviously surgery in the off season? What's your status right now? And this overall feeling of the going into the season?
I feel great. Ready to go. Did everything necessary in order for me to be back on the court. Just exciting time for Thunder basketball and for myself. Just getting back out there with my teammates, and all starts tomorrow. So yeah, I feel great.
Did it take a while for you to kind of trust everything? I mean, I know you've been playing pickup and everything 5-on-5. Were you trusting the injury after the healed from the get-go?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And never want to live in fear. If I love the game so much, so if anything were to happen again, I have to live with it. So, yeah, I think if I'd have went out there with doubt in my mind, I would have, something would have happened. So I was always taught, no matter what, if I'm on the court, I'm all right.
Kevin, did you have the opportunity to do some things this offseason that you normally wouldn't have been able to do, considering you had some more time on your hands?
Yeah, I did.
Can you describe some of those things you were able to do?
No, I'd rather not. Respectfully.
Yeah, Kevin, you guys spent the last 5 years or so at the forefront of all NBA discussion.
Yeah.
Last year, all the injuries don't make the playoffs, sort of fall off the radar. And some people have you back on the radar and some people don't.
Yeah.
Do you like sort of this status all of a sudden, which is different from what you guys have been since 2011, really?
I feel like I'm playing the game right now. It's so hot. I mean, radars and projections and comparisons really don't matter to me. I mean, that's not my job. My job is to go out there and work as hard as I can every single day, and try to be the best leader and best teammate I can be. That's for you guys to debate with each other and fans. But me as a player, I don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah, Kevin, did you watch the playoffs at all last year?
I did, even though I lied and said I wouldn't. Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It sucked. It sucked. I hated seeing someone else win. But some great basketball games being played. And, I gotta respect it. But I hate seeing those guys win. But yeah, it was good to sit on the couch with my friends and watch some basketball. And when it was over, it kind of sucked as well not to see some good ball out there. But it's a new year. Man, around this time, every team's excited. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the season.
Kevin, with your free agency all year long, the fans around here obviously want you back. Do you want them expressing how much they want you back, or do you already know, or would you rather not hear anything from the public?
I mean, if that's something I can't control. I'm not one of those guys that is looking for praise or looking for anybody that's just to, I don't know how to put it, but to I guess lobby me or whatever it is. But no, I never look for stuff like that. I just enjoy playing the game of basketball, and I enjoy these wonderful fans here, and just want to give them the best version of me I can. That's all I can do. I can't control everything else.
Kevin, was there a specific moment or move that you made maybe during the offseason where you thought, I'm back, it's fine, I'm finally here again?
I never thought I left. Yeah, I never thought I went anywhere. I just had a little small break.
Kevin, for Telemundo, we saw in the summer you spent some time in Spain. Can you tell us about your experience over there, and were you able to pick up some words in Spanish?
I think I pick up more words in Spanish from watching Narcos than I did from being over in Madrid. But it was an amazing experience for me. Had a great time. Biked around the city, seeing some beautiful parks and different sites. It was amazing. So I'm looking forward to going back.
Kevin, a couple guys who had been to Russell Westbrook's wedding said that it put into perspective how much you guys had all been through and how many people you had come into contact with, just from being 19, 20 years old here to now being Russell getting married. Yeah. What was the experience like for you?
It was eye opening. It showed me that we are getting older and things are changing. But more importantly, I was just so happy for Russell and his beautiful bride Nina. And, we've all seen them grow up together, and I think it'll really be a shock once they start having kids. But it was great to see them both happy, and we all consider them family. So, just see everybody there and supporting was amazing.
Kevin, can you describe your relationship you've been able to cultivate with Donovan?
It's been fun. It's been fun. I enjoy him. A great basketball mind, but more so a better person. And we've hit it off since the beginning, and I'm just excited to play for him, and I'm excited to go through the first day of training camp with him. And it feels like he's a rookie. Well, he is a rookie, but he's been coaching forever. But in our league, it's a little different. So. Yeah, I'm excited. I've built a great relationship with them, and I know it's only going to grow by us getting on the floor.
Do you anticipate a lot of changes in offense and defensive schemes or anything like that with the new coach?
We got to go through practice first. We haven't really talked about that. That's more of an on-floor discussion. But we'll see.
Kevin, saw you at the Texas game. Any words of encouragement for Charlie Strong and the rest of the Longhorns out there?
That's a low blow, man. I'm a fan no matter what. I'm expecting a better week next week, and even if they don't have a good week, I'm still going to be a major fan. So, yeah.
Last one, Royce.
Katie, when you're a contributor now to the Players Tribune, and in that release you said that you wanted to be able to talk without any distortion. What did you really mean by that?
Exactly what it said. Yeah, I know you guys have to do a job, but sometimes our message isn't portrayed as the way we want it to. And I think it'd be a cool outlet. I'm not using it just to bash the media or, get just major stories out. I want to do cool things on there that touch people a little differently than I would in a press conference setting. So it's not just like I'll not talk to you guys and do all my stories there. Definitely be some cool things that'll show more of my personality.
Just one team.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
20 years, man.
Yeah.
Is anything still feel new and fresh to you?
Yeah, every season feels new.
Mm-hmm.
It's I always try to come into the season trying to learn something new. And every team has a different puzzle that you got to try to piece together.
Mm-hmm.
So every season feels new. Here we have so many young guys, guys that have never played in the NBA before. So you got to try to put that together.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels new.
I always think the great players know more about themselves than anybody else could possibly tell them. So when you were thinking about this season and you're rehabbing and you're getting yourself ready, when you thought about what can I give, what do I have to give, what was the answer?
Well, I think it's experience, and kind of what I've been through on my journey. That's the most important thing. It's not necessarily to tell the young kids do this or do that. It's more like, well, this is what I went through. These are just some of the obstacles that I've met, and hopefully they can relate it to whatever it is that they're going through. And so that's what I'm looking forward to bringing to them off the court.
Yeah. On the court, Byron has talked about you playing some 3, maybe some 4. What do you do as a player to kind of get ready for that kind of load?
I'm nothing. It's not nothing different. It'd be different if we were playing in the 90s and you asked me to play 4, and that's a little different. Right?
Yeah.
With Larry Johnson and guys like that. Now the 4s nowadays are really, slightly taller 2 guards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make much of a difference for me in terms of how I prepare, unless you're playing Memphis.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. With the young guys, especially with D'Angelo and Jordan, what do you think they'll need to learn, and how can they be effective right away?
Well, it's really just keeping focused on the craft, right, and what you love to do, which is playing the game. Because there's going to be so many distractions. When they play well, people are going to love them. So now it's going to have the distraction of people wanting things from them. When they play poorly, it's going to be the distractions of critique and kind of the outward pressure that comes with that. I'm going to try to remind them time and time again that it's about the game.
Yeah.
All this stuff doesn't matter. It all starts from here. And if they can keep focused on that, everything will work itself out.
I've never seen you so low as in Chicago last year when you just couldn't play. You just couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
And I know how devastating that was for you. What was the process of getting yourself physically, mentally, emotionally ready to do it again?
It's a challenge, man. It's it's a full-time commitment. I mean, you gotta stay on top of things all the time, and but that's part of the process. That's why it's so hard when players get older, because the commitment level must go through the roof, even more so than it was, when you felt you were working hard, right? And that's what makes aging very difficult for players, is that level of commitment.
Yeah. What's your sense of anticipation for this team this year?
I don't know, because it's literally so many different players, so many of those challenges, and how to mix the veterans with the young guys, and then the learning curve of the young guys. So I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So we're just going to try to put the pieces to the puzzle together as quickly and as efficiently as we can, and hopefully we'll have something beautiful to look at.
Well, number 20. I can't believe it myself. Thanks, Kobe.
You got it.
All right, with Derek. Derek, this is the first summer in a while that you haven't had specific rehab to work on.
Yeah.
You've been able to prepare for the season as you did back in the day. What's that meant to you, and what do you think that's meant to your game for this year?
This summer I was able to actually relax. I felt like when I had rehab, I didn't have that leisure time that I had in the past. And in this league, you need that time. And when you have so many injuries back to back, it kind of takes that away from you. And certain days I'll be in. I have dog days and some dark days, and it was hard, but I got over it. And this summer, I was blessed to have my summer back.
You said a few minutes ago that you consider yourself to be a great player still.
Yes.
You don't have questions about your game or what you can bring on the court for the Bulls. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Convince them that you're still the great player that you've been.
I really don't have to convince them. It's me leading by example by being on the court. It starts with me being on the court, and I know how hard I work to get back on the court, and how hard I work on my game. So it's not about proving people wrong or just trying to go out there and make people love me. It's about going out there. I love the game. I appreciate the game. And it's about me just playing basketball.
And yet there are people that will say, well, the game has moved on a little bit. Other point guards have stepped up.
Yeah.
Will you use that as motivation at all to sort of reassert yourself and regain the status that you had?
I have my own little ways to get me motivated, probably so, but I don't think I need that this year. I'm playing off the game off of straight joy. I'm happy to be playing. I had a great summer, so like all the criticism and the negativity, I can't add any attention to it. I'll let God handle that.
Jimmy Butler took his game to an all-star level over the last several years.
Yes.
Much of it while you were gone.
Yes.
So when you came back, people started to wonder, now how are those guys playing together? The word feud was thrown out there.
Yeah.
What's the key to having two alpha dogs in the Bulls' backcourt?
I don't think it's about that. I just think that it's a big picture. We're two blacks, African-American guys that's on the team, and we're just trying to find a way to get going. I think if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be that way, but it's just my honest opinion about it, and I just feel like, man, Jimmy never had a feud. I remember seeing Jimmy in college play with my friend in JUCO, from JUCO to Marquette, all the way up here to an all-star. I have nothing but joy and excitement whenever you talk about Jimmy, so I think it was just something to talk about at the time.
Is it the kind of thing you have to spend time together on the court? Because really, when people look at it, you haven't had that many games together. Can you practice together in a way that will make things better on the floor for Chicago?
Oh yeah, we can always have time. Always got time to improve our game. I think that I'm getting better individually as a player. He's pushing himself to get better. He said he's been doing a lot of ball handling. And with him having to have the ball in his hands, that's great for me because I could set up and shoot somewhere or catch the ball with a live dribble and attack. So whenever he's working on his game, I make sure that I'm doing the same thing as far as just trying to get better and better the team.
We have seen great players on the same team at the same time, and there's often a danger that it'll be my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. How do you avoid that?
I think it starts with me. As me being the point guard, I think I'm the general on the floor, and I think that me pushing the ball and getting everybody happy and pleased early throughout the game open up things for me later on in the game. So it's about me feeding everybody early so that I can do wherever I want towards the end.
The Eastern Conference has some good teams, but the number one goal for Chicago, it seems year after year, is chasing down and getting past LeBron James, whatever team he's on.
So true.
Why do you think this team can do it this year when it hasn't happened in the past?
I think it's all about building that belief of winning the championship. I think it starts tomorrow in training camp. I think to really, you can have goals. Everyone has goals in the beginning of the year, but when you work on the belief as a team and everybody is believing in that belief, I think that is pretty strong. And with the team that we have, we got a lot of young guys that's willing to prove themselves this year and accepting their roles on this team. And that's all you can ask for, and the new coaching staff. So it's very exciting. The vibe is totally different. And like I said, that's all you can ask for when it comes to an NBA team.
Last question for you. A couple of veterans with Pau Gasol and Joakim Noah.
Yeah.
You know, getting them to mesh and play well together when they share minutes. What can you as the point guard and the playmaker to make sure that those guys both play at their best together?
When Powell and Joe is in the game together, I think that you have to get Powell the ball. Whenever he's in the game, you got to make sure that he always demands attention because of how skilled he is offensively. Joe is a little bit different. Whenever Joe's in the game, he's not looking to score that much or he's not even looking to score like that. So with Powell, I know what he's looking for, and Joe, I think I play with him enough to know what he's looking for. So it's all about reading the game too, how the game's going and who we need to score, or what we need to do offensively or defensively to stop the team. So it's all about the read of the game.
Great. Derek, thanks very much. Good to have you back here
Appreciate
healthy
it.
And stay that way for the entire season.
Thanks, Steve.
You guys looked pretty elated after it went in.
Yeah, because he really has been working on it. And, you ever watch him at the practice, he knocked him down. He hit him. So.
Why do you think you had a little bit of rough time?
Just getting, I've been playing different type of international rules for a month and a half. Just really picking and choosing my spots like I did last season better and feeling more comfortable with that. And, just, a lot of things I did tonight I was second guessing, so that's why I said a little rusty.
You seem to handle the ball quite well in traffic in that first quarter. You got to the rim, I think, 3 to 4 at the time. How you work pan out?
Oh, yeah, without doubt. That's one thing I try to focus on a lot this summer with my ball handling, so I can be able to do a lot more things easier, getting into the lane, being able to create for my teammates without, the unnecessary dribbles.
Your thoughts on coming to Vancouver and the fans and the reception you guys had?
It was amazing. I was on the bench with Amir, and Amir said, this is crazy. Like, it sounded like a playoff game, and it really did. The energy in here tonight for a preseason game was definitely amazing, and we're very appreciative of it because we are a Canada team. And, to come on the other side of Canada and get this type of reception is definitely amazing.